Welcome to Community Table, a discussion series about real life with diabetes. Community Table is presented by the JDRF-Beyond Type 1 Alliance and made possible with support from Abbott, Lilly, and Dexcom.
Hey everyone, I'm Tiana Cook, Senior Community Manager from Beyond Type 1. For those of you who are new here at Beyond Type 1, it is our mission to go beyond and help people with diabetes stay alive and thrive. Today, we are thrilled to present to you the second Community Table event in our series of 10 conversations, where we bring together diverse voices from diabetes community and beyond, in order to have unfiltered and honest conversations about critical topics and shared experiences lived through diabetes. Today, we have the honor of speaking to Shelomi Sanders, a D1 basketball player, a freshman guard for the Colorado Buffs at Colorado University Boulder. Shelomi and her team recently returned from the NCAA tournament, where they advanced to the Sweet 16 for the first time in 20 years. You may know Shelomi from appearances on hit reality TV show Deion's Family Playbook and Coach Prime, as Shelomi is the daughter of Pro Football Hall of Famer Deion Sanders. Recently, Shelomi shared with the world that she is also living with type 1 diabetes, having posted about her diabetes in a viral TikTok video that has garnered millions of views and responses. Welcome, Shelomi. We are so glad to have you.
Thank you for having me.
And we're just going to jump right in. So thank you for coming to the community table and being willing to share your story with us. As I've mentioned, you've shared that you were diagnosed with diabetes 6 years ago when you were 13 years old.
Yeah.
Would you mind sharing with us what led up to your diagnosis and what signs you and your family saw or how they supported you after being diagnosed?
Yes. So at first, my symptoms were I was very, very tired, very thirsty. I'm talking about drinking like 2 gallons of water a day. I wasn't really that hungry, but like I also just looked drained. But I was working out with my dad a lot around that time, so we didn't think anything of it. We just thought the weight loss was just because we were just working out and stuff. So the week I got diagnosed, I was just sick. Like I was not feeling good. My stomach was hurting. The night of, my dad was out of town for football, but he was like coming in town, and I just was not feeling good. I was throwing up. I couldn't like really keep anything down. I wasn't eating, and told me to take some NyQuil because that's like the little remedy for him. Just NyQuil and just sleep it off. Took that. I threw it right up, and then like everyone just panicked, and they just rushed me to the hospital, to the ER. And I got there, my blood was like 600. Like it was really, really high.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you basically didn't know like what the symptoms were. You were just like,
Not at all. Because around that time, like in school, I would fall asleep at the same time, like every single day in the same class. My teacher's like, is everything okay? Like this is like consistent. But like, no, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, hey, I was losing weight because I'm working out, just drinking water because I'm thirsty, going to the bathroom because I'm drinking the water. So it was like that.
wow, that's insane. And you said like your dad told you to take NyQuil?
Yes.
Oh.
Just because it was like, at first it was like a stomach ache. So
Yeah.
okay, just take NyQuil. It's nothing. But we did not know that it would lead up to that.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you guys went in though, because some people would be like, it's fine.
Yeah.
We'll be cool tomorrow. But wow. Do you remember what your blood sugar was at?
They said it was either 600 or above.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was really high.
That's wild. And you're the only person in your family with diabetes?
Yes.
Okay. Same here. What's in the water we're drinking?
Right, like do not understand that. Oh well.
It's okay though, because I have 4 brothers and I'm always like, out of all of us, I'm probably like the best one to have gotten diabetes.
Right. I remember after like I got diagnosed and everything, like, the honeymoon phase,
Yeah.
earlier, Shador, he would always be like, I don't feel good, check my blood. So I'd always check his blood for him. It was so funny though.
That is so I still do that to this day. Like, if my brother's like, "I'm not feeling good," I'm like, "Where are you
Right. I'm like,
asking
okay,
her?"
you fine, go over there, go somewhere else. Yeah.
That's hilarious. So like I mentioned, like you recently started sharing about your type 1 diabetes, or at least from what I've seen on TikTok. And I think that showed a lot of bravery and confidence. But was it a difficult decision for you to go public? And like what moved or changed in your life for you to want to make that announcement?
So, wait, let me go. What up, guys? So, today we're gonna do a change our things with me. Change it. Try it. Okay, so if you didn't know already, I'm a type 1 diabetic, and I've been diabetic for, I think, 6 years now. I got diagnosed when I was 13. And yeah. So, just recently, I was using the Freestyle Libre for my blood, but I just recently changed to a Dexcom. And when I tell you, this is much better, girl. Okay, so, there's a lot of things when it comes to this stuff. It takes a toll mentally, I would say, the most, because, anyway, I'm being dramatic, don't mind me. But yeah, it takes a toll mentally, I would say, the most, because it's just, bro, you gotta do this like every single day. Like, you get no days off with this stuff. Like, yeah. So, that probably didn't kind of make sense, but it did to everyone that is a diabetic. Like, you know what I mean. Sometimes you got days you just don't want to take your stuff and don't want to do nothing, but Pookie, it's okay. We keep on pushing. You feel me? So I originally made my first post about like being a diabetic. Let me see. It was just like a picture just kind of sharing my story. November 4th of 2020. So that was like the first time like everyone knew. That was kind of hard because my age, like my peers and stuff, they're really uneducated about what diabetes is. So they just say ignorant things. So I was like kind of like closed off. I was kind of still in denial,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I just didn't want anyone to know. Like I felt embarrassed by it. Then just, growing up and like meeting new people reaching out to me, like I saw like there's more people out there like my age going through the same things. So like
Right.
there's no reason to feel this way about it. And then the video that I did post on TikTok, I was just bored kind of, and I just want to just make a video because on TikTok, I be seeing there's other people with diabetes like going through like their changes and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like let me do a video. Like since this pops up on mine, like let me reach out, let me help someone else. So I just made the video changing my pump and my Dexcom, and then like everyone loved it. It started going crazy, and it's got a lot of love and feedback. So yeah.
I saw it. Actually, one of my like family members sent me the video and they were like, "Did you know this?" And I was like, "No, I had no idea." And I just think that that's something that we don't talk about enough, is how hard it can be to disclose that information, because it's very personal. And
It is.
sometimes you can be like, "I don't know if people are going to think about it or think about
Right.
me." So I get it. Totally. And you said you were 13 when you were like diagnosed. So I don't even know if TikTok was like a thing at that point.
It wasn't. I don't think it was.
Yeah, so he was probably
Instagram
like,
was for sure.
yeah, Instagram was around.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But still, it took me a while to even find other people on Instagram with diabetes. And then
Yeah.
I did, and I was like, where were y'all at
Right.
the
Like,
whole
okay,
time?
gang. Like, yeah.
No, totally. And then when you were 13, like, was there ever a time where you questioned, like, if you would be able to play basketball again? And how did that affect you?
I wouldn't say that. it was just really I was just focused on, okay, like I'm not like everyone else anymore. Like I'm
Right.
different. I have to take care of myself. I have to grow up faster. I have to take on more responsibility. Like everything is changing. I never really questioned basketball. I always knew like I'll be fine in that matter. It was
Yeah.
just controlling diabetes and like just making sure that I'm healthy.
Right. Did you know any other basketball players with diabetes?
Not at all. Um,
Really?
yeah, like when you get diagnosed, you know how they like kind of give you the camps and stuff to go to.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I was so closed off with that. Like I didn't want. I was like, no, like I don't want to. No one know I'm a diabetic now. Like I don't want any of that. I'll just do this on my own. So that's kind of how I was. But now looking back on it, I wish like I changed. I had a changed
Yeah.
mindset because I feel like that would have helped much better.
Mm-hmm. Like
Yeah.
being involved in like community and stuff, meeting
Yes,
other
like
kids.
other kids,
Yeah.
like yeah.
100% agree. When I was diagnosed, I think I went to diabetes camp like that same year. And then I kind of got involved in the community, but I was also a couple years older than you were when you were diagnosed. So it's funny to like put the comparison, like the age
Yeah.
and how you like deal with it. And everybody's different.
Yeah.
So whether you disclose it now or never, it's totally up to you. But I feel like your story has definitely inspired a lot of people to talk about their diabetes.
Mhm.
So, with that said, we know that you, like we said, have thrived as an elite basketball player, and you haven't let type 1 impact your success. So, what are some things you've learned over the years to ensure that you can compete at such a high level?
Well, I'm still learning to this day about my body and how to control. I feel like it never stops like learning, and
Hmm.
just figuring out like new things with your body. Um right now, dang, like I'm still trying to figure it out cuz when I work out, my blood tends to go high.
Really?
Yeah, it does. And I heard like most people like it goes low. So that's different.
Right.
But where I'm at, like all the trainers and stuff, they make sure that I have everything I need. I have my pump and everything on the side. They connected their iPads with my Dexcom. So whenever my blood is
Oh,
going higher, they're like they already know and they're like, hey, like, do you need something? Just let me know. But everyone here is like very, very supportive. So
that's
yes.
so good. Do they like know when to like do you get pulled if you're too at a certain number, like if you're too high or too low?
Usually, like I feel it. I
Okay.
feel my blood is going low or high. Does that happen to you? I meant to. I
Yes.
wanted to ask. Like, can you taste it when your blood is like going high?
I can taste it and my stomach hurts. Like I get
Okay,
the
yeah,
worst stomach pain.
yeah. I take like it tastes fruity. Like when my blood is going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm high right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just know, so I just like step to the side, and they're just like, make sure you take care of everything, then come jump back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Do you wear an insulin pump while you're playing?
Yes. I'm on the Omnipod 5 right now.
Nice.
But I usually during like season and stuff, I don't really like being on the pump because with
Okay.
me, the pump makes me gain weight. So then I get slower and bigger, and it's just I'm still trying to figure that out, like why I gain weight on the pump.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now I'm using the pump.
That's so interesting that you say that. I think going back to like just being a female with diabetes, like it is hard because we have to deal with the whole body
Mm,
image and you want to like, yeah. So even when it comes to like wearing your pump, like to where people can see it
yeah.
or checking your blood in public, like all of those things, I think there's I wouldn't even say it's stigma. It's just like self, your like self esteem is kind of attached to that in a sense, right?
Now, like I said, like, I'm more comfortable. Now I do not care. I'm gonna pull out my thigh and I'm gonna take my insulin. Like I do not care. Like yeah.
That's good. That's good. And like I said, I think everybody has like their own journey. So some people are like comfortable right off the bat. And then
Mhm.
other people, it really takes a long time for them to accept it and be like, you know what? This ain't so bad.
Right.
Um, I just started getting like really bad like bruises and scar
Yes.
tissue. And
Yes.
that has been probably the biggest challenge for me is like being comfortable
It's it's gonna be bikini season.
I
Like
know,
I have these
girl.
little bruises on my thighs and stuff. Like, yeah,
Yes, it's about to be summertime. I
exactly.
know. That's probably, like, I think the biggest, challenge that I've heard across the board,
Hmm.
with a lot of females, and especially, like, younger girls around 13, 14, dealing with disordered eating. Like, that's a huge thing, and it's so hard when you don't know anybody else that's, like, going through it, but
Exactly.
I don't know if you've experienced that at all.
Yes, it's hard. I would say one because it's just you dealing with it. Then you have all these like outside voices, like my parents, my brothers, my family members, like, hey, you need to do this. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, chill. Like, let me, I get it, but
Yeah.
sometimes like, I don't feel like doing stuff. And I
Right.
don't feel like they will ever like understand that.
Right.
Like sometimes we have low days, sometimes we have good days. But,
Mhm.
like, I feel like on the low days, like it's really hard just to be understood. Like, hey, I want a break.
Right.
But again, you can't take a break with this.
Right. That is so true. Diabetes is literally 24/7, no
Yes.
days off. And the family aspect is interesting because I know it always comes from, like, a good place. They're trying to help, but
Mhm.
also there is a certain time, like, I would say, like, some boundaries, some walls that have to be established because it can be very overwhelming,
Yes.
and yeah, that burnout is so real.
Yes. Yeah.
So real. Yeah, waking up days and just being like, "Yeah, no, this
Like,
this
do I
ain't
really want to
it.
go
Ain't
out?
it."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm happy that we can even relate on that because I thought I was the only person that, like, went through burnout. I was like, nobody else, everybody on Instagram's, like, thriving, and I'm over here like, "Help."
It's true. It happens.
It does. I had to tell my mom, I was like, "Look, this is what we're gonna do. Let's, like, do recommendations and suggestions. Like, I think you should check your blood sugar because it seems like,"
Yeah.
instead of being like, "Check your blood sugar," like, instead of commands, I tell her to make, like,
Like
yeah.
literally. So, I just got on the Dexcom and you
Yeah.
can share your blood with everyone. So I just shared it with my mom, right? Thinking, oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah, she can stay connected. She's calling me out 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Check your blood, check your blood. Look, your insulin, your blood is high. Did you know your blood was high? I'm like, please, I just really want to sleep. Let me do that in the morning, please. Oh yeah.
That is so true. Is she still on your Dexcom?
Yes, but she muted it. I told her just mute it. It's okay.
Just
I'll
mute
take
it.
care of it. Just
I'm
mute it. Right.
good. I had to literally remove my parents from mine because, yeah, that same situation happened, and I felt like I was stressing them out more than I was, like, helping them at one
Yeah.
point, and then I was like, "Alright, once you guys can, like, chill a little, I'll re-add you, but for right now,
Like
we're gonna do what's best
you're
for the both of us."
done. You're done.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
No, 100%. And then I guess leaning on that question, like, of course there's stigma and sometimes people don't even understand the difference between type 1 and type 2 and they just make lots of judgments about diabetes as a whole. So, have you ever felt ashamed because of that or were you like trying to ever hide your diabetes because of the comments people make maybe?
Yes, for sure. And now it doesn't bother me because I'm like, okay, you're ignorant. Let me just keep it pushing. Like that's not whatever. But yes, definitely when I would say middle school
Mhm.
and the beginning of high school. I'll say that was like when I was really mostly in my shell because I would have to leave class like 15 minutes early for lunch to go to the nurse because that was the time like you had to go.
Right.
I wasn't. I think it was. I wasn't like independent on it, so I couldn't just take it myself. Like I had to go to the nurse and do all that. And people are like, "Why is she leaving so early? Like, was she?" All that like
Right.
background noise, and it's like, bro, like I don't want to be like the
Yeah.
odd person out.
Yeah.
I kind of just wanted to fit in, but I just had to understand, yo, that's never gonna happen. Just
Mhm.
be who you are, just accept it, and if people have something to say about it, just let them talk.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
that is so true. I mean, fitting in is already hard when you're in middle school, but then trying to fit in when you have diabetes is even
Exactly.
harder because you
Yeah.
do have. I didn't have diabetes in middle school, but there were kids that did, so they were constantly going to the office, and I just thought I don't even know what I thought. I was just like, "Oh, she's getting
Exactly like that. I like,
started."
yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. And then I was like and then I got it, and I was like, "Oh, like, okay, that makes sense." But
Yeah.
were you ever, like, bullied because of it?
No, never bullied, but it's just like slick stuff that people would say, not like directed towards me.
Yeah.
I don't think that like they knew that I was a diabetic, but like when people just see like a lot of sugar or just like
Mhm.
anything sweets, they're like, oh, that's diabetes in a cup.
Yeah.
That would just get to me. Like I'm like, bro,
You're
like that
like,
was
"Oh,
just a
that
straight turn off. Like
that hit me in
really,
my soul."
right? Like chill, please. Yeah,
I know. Sometimes I still not all the time. I don't think I'm as, like, sensitive, but those kinda
yeah,
comments do
it does.
impact you sometimes, depending
Yes,
on who's saying it. Like,
exactly.
if you're cool, you can make a joke,
Mhm.
but
But sometimes, like for people, like it just comes out. Like, oh, that's diabetes. Like now, I'm like, okay,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah,
You kinda just I don't have the energy anymore.
exactly.
No, that's probably a better mindset to have anyways, because at the end of the day, people's opinions don't matter, right?
Exactly.
All that
Exactly.
matters is that you're taking care of yourself and doing what you need to do to survive.
Mhm.
So, it's a
Yeah,
lesson. It
it
comes with
is.
time.
Yeah, and
Um,
also I think just my support system. Like
yeah.
they made everything like easier. Like my brother, my oldest brother Shiloh, he would make these jokes like, "Oh, does that mean your pancakes don't work?" Talk about my pancakes. He calls them my pancakes. It's really really funny. But yeah, that kind of just helped me just smooth it all out.
Yeah, that was literally my next question. I was gonna say, like, do you think it's important to have a support system?
Oh, of course.
Um, and, like, who have you leaned on? So,
Yeah. My
your
friends,
brother
family, brothers, everyone really has helped me grow.
good. That's important. And are your parents pretty involved in your management, like, today?
Yes, my mom, my grandmother, my aunt, they're very much involved. Like every morning my grandmother texts me, "Good morning, how's your blood? What's your
Aw,
blood?"
that's so cute.
My dad's a little more lenient, like he knows like I'm gonna take care of my stuff. So
Mhm.
he still like asks questions like, "Is everything like, okay with your stuff? Like you have all your medicine, you're all good." Yeah.
Yeah, that's important. Do your
And then
parents still, like
like
s what were you gonna
sorry,
say?
say again? Oh, my bad. I was gonna say, like I said, like with my mom, she will call me at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, asking, "Is my blood fine? Take your insulin."
But that is also super cute. Like, nobody is gonna ever care for you as much as your parents do and your family. So, as hard as it is to be like, "Yeah, like, leave me alone," it's also so nice to have people in your
Yeah,
corner.
yeah.
And
I'd
like
rather them be on my tail about it than them just like not
yeah,
care.
agreed, agreed. And, are your parents still involved today? Like, do they help you schedule doctor's appointments and stuff?
No, I kind of take that role on myself.
Okay, she's
I'm getting
grown.
older,
She's
I could
grown.
go to the doctors by myself. I'm good. But
Yeah, that's cool. I know it's probably been a interesting transition from, like, going to, like, the pediatric endo to the adult endo. Have you
yeah,
noticed the difference in, like, at
yes.
all? Yeah?
First of all, pediatrics, it's so hard to find a type 1 doctor.
Mhm.
Like it's really, really hard. But I feel like with since I'm 19 now, how to change my doctors. It's I don't even know what to say. Like they're not more like kind of like chill and like
Yeah.
understanding as pediatric doctors.
Mhm.
Like they expect you, okay, stay on top of your stuff. You got this. You got it.
Right,
So I
right.
feel like that's like the biggest difference.
Yeah, so they are basically more hands off, but they also expect you to, like, manage it on your
Yeah.
own pretty much.
Yeah. And I get that, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like, dang, I was just over at this
Like, I
nice
just need
lady.
some
Now I'm like,
help. Help
hey,
me.
encourage me, please.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. I wonder why that transition is so like odd. Like it's
Right.
just day and night, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, girl, I mean, same page. I'm like, I don't really know like how to like change the settings in my pump. They're like, oh,
Exactly.
you could change it at home. I'm like, but I want you to change
Just
it.
walk me through it, please.
Walk me
Like,
through it.
you're on my side. Yeah.
Quite literally. Yeah. And then aside from basketball, like what are some ways that you thrive in spite of your diabetes? So what do you like to do in your free time?
When I do have free time, which is very little, I really just binge watch. I love to binge watch shows. Like, love it.
What shows
Do
are you watching?
right now, oh my gosh, right now I'm watching Supergirl. I already watched it before, but I just like rewatching shows because it takes too long to find a new show. But I was just
Really?
watching it, and my brother just watched it because I live with my brother right now,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just starting to watch it now. He's hooked on it, and now my mom's hooked on it. So then we're all just sitting around just watching it, and then he came in the other day and he was just mad because I was watching. He's like, "Oh, so this is what we doing now? We watching shows like without me." I'm like, "My bad, bro. You got to be home for this." Like,
You gotta be home for this.
but lately, other than that, lately I've been going out on hiking because like it's beautiful out here.
Yeah,
Like there's a lot of trails, like the mountains. It's so pretty, especially when it's pretty sunny days that we don't really get often.
I know.
You know, gotta enjoy it. So yeah, just been enjoying the sun outside when I can.
That's great. I think Colorado is so beautiful. Wait till the summertime. Like you'll be outside all the time. And there's so many beautiful places to hike and bike and just go on adventures. So
Yeah,
soak it all in because I love Colorado.
yeah, I love it.
No, that's awesome. I've been watching All American. Have you seen it? All American Homecoming. That's my
Oh,
show.
boy, I just finished watching it. She better choose Lando. I'm sorry, she better choose Lando.
Girl, I know. Every
Oh,
single episode, I'm like, come on, like,
right, like why not Lando?
why she
Like
mean to
really?
him? Why she mean to him?
I love them together.
I do too. Damon, you gotta go.
Right. I don't. Me too. Have you watched Night Agent?
No, I heard it's good though.
So good. My dad put me on. It is so good. It is so
Night,
good.
yeah, I'm gonna watch that next. I like been binge watching shows like you, and
Yes.
then I'm like, all right, once I finish this one, I'm gonna go on to the next one. That's all
Exactly.
I do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. Well, I only have like a couple more questions for you, and then of course we're gonna ask you for all of the great advice that you've received or that you could give to anybody else living with diabetes. But my last question is, with 6 years of experience living and thriving with diabetes, what advice or encouragement would you give to 13-year-old you during those first few days learning about your diagnosis?
I would say don't be ashamed, really. Just cancel out the outside noise. You know, no one's going to really know what you're dealing with. So just stay grounded, you know, just be yourself, be unapologetically you, you know, just embrace everything. Get out of the denial stage because, girl, you got it, okay? Like, come on. But yeah, I'll just say embrace it, you know, because there's, like I said, there's other people out there that could really use that support from a peer or something like that. So yeah.
Absolutely. That's powerful. Embrace your diabetes, just like she said, because yeah, you have to be unapologetically yourself, right? You did say earlier too, you were like, yeah, I realized at one point while you were in school that you weren't necessarily going to ever fit in. Like you had to come to that realization that, you know, you're wonderfully made exactly how you are.
Yes.
And yeah, you got to walk in that and just
Right.
Be confident, regardless.
Exactly. Now, I don't care. Look, I ask my friends, okay, which patch should I choose? Like, what color should I choose
Aw,
today? So
that's so
yeah,
cool.
I'm really embracing it. Like, it's pretty cool now.
You got colors. She got colors. Where you get those?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. And then my last question before we go. Do you prefer glucose tabs or fruit snacks?
See, when my blood is low, get out the way because I'm eating anything in sight. And that's the problem right there. Look, that is my problem.
That's my problem.
I don't like glucose tabs. I don't. I'm gonna take those fruit snacks plus more. Okay. So I just be eating, girl. I just be eating.
Wait, what do you have on the court? Like, what's your go-to snack?
On the court, a Gatorade.
A Gatorade?
Like sometimes like when my blood's low, I don't like eating. I don't like eating it because I feel like it takes longer. So
Yeah.
I usually have to drink something.
I be
But
having
usually
those juice boxes and I feel like a kid because I'm like,
I'm like, right?
I be at the gym like,
Exactly. Yeah.
that
So
is so
usually
funny.
just Gatorade, but fruit snacks for sure.
Fruit snacks. Ooh,
Yes.
you can never go wrong with the fruit snack.
Never, ever. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. This was incredible, and we appreciate you just sharing your story with us. We are definitely inspired and look forward to watching you crush it next year in your
Yes.
basketball season. Y'all are going to win the championship.
Oh, for sure. It's
Yeah,
in the
we rooting for you.
plan. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And we encourage every one of you watching to continue this amazing conversation in our Beyond Type 1 app. Join our community of 60,000 people living with diabetes, just like us, and so many others impacted by type 1 diabetes. This is the largest collective practical space for those of us who are looking for resources and information. You can join us at community.beyondtype1.org.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Community Table, presented by the JDRF-Beyond Type 1 Alliance and made possible with support from Abbott, Lilly, and Dexcom.